Then we are going to, right after the service today, dedicate the garden that so many folks have been working on, especially Joe and Marga, but many of you have contributed to the watering and the planting there, the digging of holes. So we're going to, just after the benediction, as Nicor plays the postlude, perhaps we will process out and very briefly, because I know it's super hot out there, dedicate this garden together. So if you feel so moved, join us. But I wanted to ask Joe to say a couple words about the Shepards, because a lot of you might not know, Rob and Eleanor are here, but, a lot of you are new to Pilgrim, so I want him to say a couple words. Thanks.
I'm pleased to announce, as Catherine said, that today the garden out in front of the church will be dedicated to Mary and Robert Shepard. I'm especially happy that their two surviving children are with us. Eleanor from Chicagoland, visiting here and staying with a friend and helping that friend. And of course, Rob, who lives here and is with us every Sunday. Mary and Robert found their way to Chattanooga in the early 60s, joined Pilgrim, and became invaluable members for over 6 decades. Robert singing in the choir and teaching Sunday school, Mary serving on every commission and holding every office on the council, and also teaching Sunday school. Mary was a Michigan girl, took her degree in anthropology from the University of Michigan, worked for a time at the University of Georgia, and then here in Chattanooga with the Tennessee Department of Employment Security. Robert, after a stint in the Army, worked at the Chattanooga-Hamilton County Regional Planning Commission for many years, became the chief of research there, and was very influential in directing growth and development in both Chattanooga and the county. One of my recollections of Mary and Robert was that somehow they always seemed to be tasked with auditing the books and records of the church and reporting to the members at the annual meeting. More than once, after providing their findings and so forth, Robert, in his usual droll and understated fashion, announced that no massive fraud had been uncovered, leaving open, of course, the possibility that some fraud had been detected. Robert also had the difficult task of teaching Sunday school to the junior high and high school students during the rebellious 60s. And Sherry and I were privileged to be in his classes. Mary and Robert were serious about conservation and the environment, and were also avid gardeners, had plenty of wonderful plants around their home over in Brainerd. A few years ago, I visited Robert one spring and noticed that blooming there were one of the great varieties, great heirloom varieties of daffodils, the twin sisters. That variety dates back to the late 1500s. Some of those twin sisters are at each end of the garden out front. It is fitting that we dedicate that garden to Mary and Robert.